Hello, survivors! A new week brings us a new episode of The Garage. Today, you'll learn the details of Story Raid's new scenarios, what real wastes hunters do, and how to become one of them. Whether you should wait for the nechts, or learn to live without them. No time to explain. Let's go! In the previous episode, we promised to tell you more about PvE scenarios, which will appear in the upcoming updates. It's time. New raids allow to get the absolute feeling of the Waste's existence, which is nothing but a daily fight with your life at stake. Here are some of the stories any survivor can become a part of. Don't forget, all the updates described either in the announcement section or in Text Dev Diaries are not final. They can be changed before introduced into the game, or never even get there in the first place. Hit and run. This time, the enemies have gone completely bananas. These are the words of the fight truck driver leaving the dead zone. He's never mentioned, though, that he had to borrow the ride indefinitely. What's there to do? You not only have to shake off the pursuer, but also slip out of 3 rings of roadblocks and minefields. Is this within your capabilities? Speed and firepower is the foundation of your long life. Roadblocks will be a hindrance, which you'll just have to destroy. The superintendent of this fortified region won't be happy with the theft attempt. What the heck? He'll be in a rage. You have to teach him a lesson on anger management. The last escort. It's tough to say what raiders have done to the loved ones of this man, but he's prepared such a revenge that now he won't be able to get it done alone. However, he won't leave those in debt who agree to help him. A device straight from hell, capable of wiping out a small settlement, is already packed onto a truck. Get it to the point. Those involved will need to escort the ride to the place, defending it from attacks, assemble several parts of the bomb scattered around the district. Watch how grand a man's rage can be. The destination point has an owner, and he won't be sitting it out. Careful on the road. Gone in 2 minutes. The wastes have changed the understanding of the intrinsic values. Fuel, ammo, food, drugs. This is what people fight and die for today. They get it in different ways. Earn in fights. Find. Steal sometimes. This time you're gonna become a genuine embezzler. A huge truck full of different stuff is tired of waiting for its new owners. The task is dead simple. Find and get it to the destination point. However, as always, there are some details that clients have tactfully concealed. The ride is right in the center of the guarded territory. You now have to fight off. The truck is not filled. You gotta solve this one too. You most probably have to fight your way back. The load is very important here. It's very likely that high-profile enemies already are interested in it. Even the gang leader is ready to join the party. How do you like the new stories? Ready to take part? Leave your comments and share your ideas or plot twists. And don't forget to subscribe, since we'll continue telling the stories in the upcoming episodes of the show. One more important announcement. You can now find a new set in our shop called Wild Hunt. Its contents will bring joy to even the most hard-boiled survivors. Apart from the standard increase of number of details, as well as the game gold, it also has a unique bore ride, 2 rare sledgehammer shotguns, tusk cabin dealing damage at collision, without doubt, a soon-to-appear test drive guest, Slayer's portrait, Boar's scalp die, beast gaze sticker. As tradition goes, a little bit of info on the new character. Slayer used to be a wild animal hunter who loved decorating his shelter with stuffed animals and rewards. Now, the times have changed, and he's mostly interested in humans. It's easy to identify Slayer's victims. They often lack a finger, a tooth, or even something worse than that. They say the raider keeps his spine-chilling trophies in his lair. But you shouldn't trust these rumors. No one knows where it is, let alone coming back alive from there. In another historical episode of The Weaponry, we'll digress a bit from cannons and analyze other parts which have been often taken off the old machinery, modified, and remade. We're talking about cabins. When Crossout happened, people didn't know what to do. Many of them recklessly left everything they had and ran for life. Roads, cities, and waste grounds were full with derelict rides. Ford S-Series 80 pickups were very popular and quite decently coped with physical damage. Cabins removed from them became the bases for guerrilla, huntsman, and thug. Apart from another analogous type, Chevrolet CK88, a raider named Vagabond carefully boarded with armored plates until he reached a personal ideal. This personal ideal got the name Bear, and survivors know it real well. Remember that cute hippie wagon? Unlikely, since not a lot are left alive from those times. Anyway, this is the Volkswagen Transporter Type 1, VWT1, as you might have guessed by the abbreviation, is created in the image and likeness of this sweet cake. Docker is a former Gazelle of 2003. They were a dime a dozen on the post-Soviet states. If you meet someone from there, they'll prove us right. Those people will also most definitely tell you that Trucker has borrowed the looks and fillings from Kamaz, another perennial classic, which has survived the end of the world. Nomads are the drive of the technical progress. Once they dug up several limited edition planes and attached their cabins to the rides. For example, Wyvern appeared. You guessed it right. Thanks to Westland Wyvern. Turned out real cool. Steppenwolves have an alternate approach. They're in for something military and threatening, preferably with armor. What do we have here? Armored Vanguard Vehicle SCP-8x8? Great! Take off the cabin. It's now gonna be Jawbreaker. Humpback, in the meanwhile, came to life from the parts of the Maz 537 military trucker. Some of you are familiar with Wotan. After losing his eye, a quirky survivor started seeing the rides plain, literally like drafts, and acutely noticing all the disadvantages. One of his first decisions, using Jeep Hurricane cabin for his inventions. Why, it's practical, stylish, and modern. Which coincidences and matches have you managed to notice? Drop them down in the comments. In the end, a traditional token of respect for these survivors, not only finding Easter eggs but also sharing them in the forum. You were loyal, and we are proud of you. As you might have noticed, we've taken a short pause to gather more important questions. It's time to answer them. Do you plan on adding the social element? Like a clan structure with caste breakdown? Yes, the clans are going to change. Moreover, not only the functionality of the gangs, but also the clan battles mode. In this context, we're already working through the hierarchy system, which will allow allocating roles you're talking about. What do you think of the script mode? We've decided on not making the story a single-player mode, but rather integrated with the online element. Our new raid scenarios, which you might have heard of from this and previous episodes, are clearly demonstrating our efforts in this direction. Will you have new events in the foreseeable future? They say nexts are planning on coming up again. It ain't clear when, though, but they definitely deserve a special event. Are there any updates on raiding battles? They were switched off indefinitely and will come back only when they correspond with our vision. This might take a while. The good news, personal battle will be on for everybody very soon. I want an electric guitar as decoration. Thanks for the idea. Well, that's it for today, survivors. Fight and train, design and trade. See you in a week right here in the garage. Tell your friends about the show if you like it, and leave your comments. We're always ready to hear from you. Be seeing you.